Hi guys, this is Aisha and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the contrast makeup trend series. If you have been following my low contrast and medium contrast videos, so today's video is the last and that is the high contrast makeup. And like always, I have done two looks, one for the day, one for the night, and the daytime look I'm wearing right now. Let me know how to find it in the comment section below. And if you want to learn both these looks and all the tips and tricks, then stay with me till the end of the video, and without further ado, let's get it started. So first we will start with a primer, and for the primer I am using a Body Shop mattifying primer because it makes my skin oil free all day long. Really good if you have acne prone skin. You can choose any primer according to your skin type. And next I'm going to use MAC Stroke Cream on the high points of my face for a subtle glow. It makes all the difference when you're doing this makeup. And now I am using a full coverage foundation from Huda Beauty. I'm in the shade Amarati. So yeah, make sure to use it all over your face and blend it really well. Don't forget the neck. And it's a really good foundation, but even then you need concealer if you have acne prone skin or discoloration on your face, because the foundation does not hide the discoloration really well. So for the color corrector, I'm using Inglot HD foundation as a color corrector. It's my trick to use it and it always works. So yeah, you can see the dark circles vanishing. So yeah, make sure to set it really well before using setting powder on top of it, because if you do not set it well, then creases will form. And use a feather like hand. It was not enough, so I used my fingers to make sure that the consistency is even. And I've used a little bit on top of my eyes as well because I thought the product was really much. Now I'm going to set it with powder, and this one is the Laura Mercier setting powder. Really good. And make sure to use a lot of powder. Don't worry that it's gonna form creases. No, it won't. Especially if you have oily acne prone skin, the powder will absorb all that excess oiliness. And now it's the trick. So I am using a highlighter, and the trick is to feel your bone underneath your eyes and then just use the highlighter over there. Why? Because we have already used the color corrector on top of it. And now just set it up with the setting powder. So ideally you should wait for 10 to 20 seconds. And now I'm setting it up with the puff, and I have Laura Mercier setting powder on it. And now the eye makeup. So I'm using a brown eye shade on my lid. It's from Wet n Wild Color Icon, and I'm using the gold eye shade. It's basically a really beautiful shimmery gold eye shade from Ingrid Cosmetics. And now the tricky part, it's giving me like a heart attack. Yeah, doing the eyeliner on the eyes in front of the camera. And yeah, I messed it up. So boom, the Amy Winehouse eyeliner in the next shot. And now for the highlighter, I'm using MAC highlighter palette, using it on the high points of my face. A really beautiful subtle highlighter. And now using the red lipstick called Scarletto Blake on my cheeks. And now using the Date or Dominate red blush from Wet n Wild. Really beautiful, and you can see how it has made the look so beautiful. I really loved it. Now for the lipstick, I've used the classic MAC Ruby Woo lipstick because it's a matte lipstick. So I used thin brush. Actually, it's an eyeliner brush, but I use it for lipsticks as well. And now you can see how gorgeous this look is turning out to be. For the mascara, I'm using my trusted Maybelline Colossal Mascara. So I don't know how it turned out to be such a classic 70s look, and even the dress is looking like a 70s dress. So yeah, it just turned out because of that one messed eyeliner. And now the second look, or the evening look of the high contrast makeup. So I am actually using a black eye shade on my eyes, on the lower part of my eyes. It's from MAC, called Carbon Black. Really beautiful black eye shade. Now I've taken out the excess from the brush, and I'm using the same brush and dragging the remaining eye shade on the upper section of my lid. So you can see that the darker portion is on the lower side, and the lighter portion is on the upper side. And I'm using a really beautiful blue eye shade, and I'm using it all over my lid. So it's a really beautiful high glam makeup look, and you can just do this with any other eye shade. Instead of the blue, you can use green or red, whatever you feel like using. But I'm a blue eye shade girl. I really love blue eye shades, so I've chosen the blue eye shade, and I'm using the same blue eye shade underneath my eyelid and the lower lash line, and I'm using the black shade underneath the blue that I have used, and I'm using a silver glitter on top of the blue eye shade, basically on my lid, so as to give a disco light eye look. Okay, it's turning out to be the 80s look. I don't know what's happening. First I made the look, it turned out to be 70s, now it turned out to be 80s. So yeah, now I'm removing the excess or the fallouts. It's important to do it, and I'm using a brown eye shade and just smoothing the blue eye shade with the brown eye shade, so as to give a really soft diffused look, so the blue lines does not show very harsh. Then I did my brows, and I'm using a foundation from Ingrid Cosmetics. It's a luminous foundation, but a full coverage foundation, really beautiful. Now I'm using a concealer from Rimmel, and then just using it on that eye bone, alright, cheekbone basically. Is it a cheekbone or what? Okay, I just searched. It's basically a zygomatic bone, and it's definitely a cheekbone. So I'm using the Laura Mercier setting powder. I'm going to basically bake this area underneath the eyes. And I know a question might be coming in your mind that Aisha, why didn't you use a color corrector in this makeup? It's because the eyes are so bold that I don't need a color corrector underneath the eyes. And I've used the same strobe cream, and I'm using the blush, but instead of the blush I've used actually the MAC Red Brick eye shade as a blush, and a contour, really beautiful. And I've cut the blush into like very sharp line with the beauty blender. And now removing the excess powder, and for the lipstick I've used Bobbi Brown Your Majesty lipstick, really beautiful plum shade, and we are done with the makeup. So we are at the end of our video. This is the evening look. I hope that you've enjoyed both these looks, the daytime and the evening look, and you have, then don't forget to put a thumbs up to it and subscribe to my channel. And you can know more about it on my website aishawalks.com, and you can also purchase the products from there. Until we meet again, take care of yourself. Love you guys, and ciao.